I'm Kumu Karen, Lealoha Ka'anehe Carol, and I'm here today with Clyde Lokomaikai Kaimuloa. We're so happy that we can share a little bit about LomiLomi with you. So if you have someone nearby that's complaining of tight, sore shoulders or arms, sit them down in front of you and try this out. You're going to love it. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is to put our hands right here at their temples. I want you to press in, breathe out, and move your hand toward the back of their head. Breathe in, breathe out. This is called breathing the ha. When you breathe the ha, the energy goes much farther than just the physical touch. It goes right through the body and spirit. So how does that feel? Okay, here's the next one we're going to do. Keep your left hand on the left hand side of their head. My fingers are pointing toward the opposite side across their forehead. I want you to press, come back to the beginning. Support their head so their head is not moving all over the place when you do this. And the ha breath is very important. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to turn Lokomaikai to the side here. You're going to put your hands right on their temples and lower your thumb so it's right below their ear. Keeping your thumb flat, you're going to be lifting toward the middle of their head. Now make sure you're not poking them with your thumb. Instead, you're lifting your thumb. This will bring circulation to their face. It is the closest to the brain that you will get. Okay, and I'm going to do it on the other side. Although you can't see me doing this, you know what I'm doing. Okay, we want to keep them as balanced as possible. Okay, one more time. Lift, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Okay, now with him sitting in this position, I want you to put your hands together. Your thumbs are going to kind of cross like this. Start way up on their neck. I want you to squeeze with your fingers and your thumb. Up here, I want you to use your body weight. You don't have to be built like King Kong to do LomiLomi. All you need to do is to use your ha breath, use your body weight. We're going to squeeze. I want you to breathe in, breathe out, squeeze, and lean. Squeeze. Move all the way down their shoulders. Now make sure you don't squeeze their bone right here because they will remember you for a very long time. Okay, and not well. Okay, squeeze. Move down. Okay, one more time. Up. Squeeze. Squeeze. See how I'm leaning forward? I'm not standing up straight like this. I'm leaning using my body weight. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my hand on his shoulder, and with my thumb I'm going to go around in a circle. Now make sure this is in line with his neck. So I'm going around in a circle, and I can almost feel him relaxing right now as I'm doing this. Okay, around in a circle. In line with his neck, I'm going to turn my thumb down and pull down. breathing the ha. You don't have to go down too far, just like to his scapula. Okay, around in a circle, press down, down, down. Okay, now this is what we're going to do. Get your left thumb, put it in the scapula. This is this rounded area here, and I'm going to hold on to his shoulder and push back. So my thumb is in his shoulder blade, and I'm following the line of his shoulder blade. How does that feel?
Feels great.
Okay, great. Okay, now we're going to do the other side. So I'm going to have you turn. I guess, yes. Maybe not. Okay, let me come on this side.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to have you turn a little bit this way, please. Okay, same thing. We're going to be starting up high on his neck. Put your hands together. You're going to be squeezing. It's like a big pinch. Squeeze. Use your body weight. Move down. Don't forget to breathe your ha. How is the person doing that you're working on? Are they beginning to relax? Okay. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to put my thumb to go into a circle like I did before. Push down, down, down. Remember, don't poke him with your thumb. Push down so that the gravity is pushing your thumb downward. Breathe your ha. Okay, now I'm going to put my right thumb into his left scapula, and I'm going to push back on his shoulders. So I'm following the line of his scapula. And I'm breathing the ha. Okay. Now I'm going to come around to the other side again and stand behind him. Thank you. Okay, what I'm going to do now is to relax the muscles on his shoulder. And I'm going to do this by placing my hand. I'm not asking for a tip, I'm just putting my arm out here. Okay, I want you to breathe in, breathe out. As he breathes out, I'm going to press straight down. Now, what is this, you may ask? This is releasing the energy. Okay, let's try it again. Breathe in and breathe out. So you press straight down as you exhale. One more time. Breathe in and breathe out. One more. Breathe in and breathe out. All your tension and stress. Good. Wow, your shoulders feel a lot softer. Okay, let's try the other side. And I'm going to have you turn, please. Okay, let's try it from here. Okay. I'm sorry, I have to move this. Breathe in and breathe out. You may notice that I'm keeping my right hand on his right shoulder to keep myself balanced so that I don't fall over. Okay, again, breathe in and breathe out. One more time, breathe in and breathe out all your tension and stress. Good. Let's check out this shoulder. Wow. Okay. That's great. And I'm going to have you turn again. The next thing I'm going to show you is something that's really fun, and it hits every single muscle down the line here. I call it I Feel Like Chicken Tonight, which doesn't sound like very Hawaiian a Hawaiian way of saying things, but you need to put your hands so that your chicken wings are sticking out. Put your hands like a fist in front of you. Now turn it upside down and put the knuckles on both sides of their neck. See your little chicken wings are sticking out? Then you're going to roll, sort of like rolling right down a mountain. Roll. Okay, now make sure you're not just rolling in place, but actually rolling down the side. That one feels really good. Or I should be asking you, how does that feel?
Okay.
Okay. All right. The next thing I'm going to be doing is to be getting his arms. His arms have a lot of tension in it. So I'm going to stand in front of him. Maybe if I can turn you this way. And what I'd like for you to do is to put both thumbs on the top. From his shoulder, you're going to squeeze, squeeze, squeeze to his elbow. Now, squeeze together and don't press on the bone because that will be painful. So what I'm going to have you do is to squeeze, breathe your ha. We're bringing down all the energy now from his elbow to his wrist. Both thumbs on the top, move it right down. Move it right down. Okay. Oh, this is working up a sweat. I hope you at home are working up a sweat too. Okay, now that we've moved all the energy down his arms, I want you to squeeze their hands. Then we're going to pull each finger, releasing the energy with the ha. As I pull it out, pull the energy out like this. Send it to the light. Please don't drop the energy on the floor. We have respect for all energy. So I'm going to pull it out, release it, send it to the light. Oops, sorry. It's getting warm in here. Okay. Can you feel the energy coming out of your fingers?
Yes.
Sometimes it's stuck and really needs to be released. Okay, I'm going to have him turn his hand upward, and I'm going to get a little lotion. You might have some lotion at home or some olive oil. Put it in the palm of their hand. Put your baby finger down between the middle finger and pointer and between the ring finger and baby finger. Hold their hand out, and with your thumb, you're going to move the energy down toward the fingers. Then we're going to give them the high five. And get the inside of his hands. I think you can probably feel this over the waves. It feels good. I can feel that too. Okay, now the object here is we're going to pull out all the energy that has accumulated here. We're going to pull it out. We're going to send it to the light. So please hang on to your chair and with your left hand, and I'm going to pull it out. Start from their elbow. Breathe in. Breathe out. Shake their arm a little. Use your ha. Pull it out. Send it to the light. Again, squeeze. Breathe in. Exhale. Shake it out. Send it to the light. One more time. Squeeze. Breathe in. Exhale. Shake. Pull it right out through their fingers. A long pull. Send it to the light. Okay, shall we make you even on the other side? Okay. All right. So, I guess maybe we better turn you this way. Okay. First thing we're going to do, hold your arm out, squeeze. Both thumbs on the top, shoulder to elbow, elbow to wrist. Bring it all down. And they can start feeling the circulation again. Then we're going to be having them squeeze. You're going to squeeze their hands. And yes, pull each finger, releasing it with the ha. Those of you who work all day long on computers, your hands are so tight. This is a perfect thing for their hands. Okay, turn their hand over, get a tiny bit of lotion or olive oil. Put your fingers down and hold out their hand. Okay, what's next? High five. Okay, we're going to pull out all that energy that's stuck. Squeeze right at their elbow, breathe in, exhale, and pull it out. One more time. Okay, thank you. Well, how do you feel, Loco Maikai?
Very, very good.
I think his eyes are getting sleepy. And I hope you at home have tried this on your family or friend. Hopefully, we will see you again with less tension. Thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to being in your home at another time. Aloha. Aloha, everyone. I'm Kumu Karen, Lealoha Carol. And this is my nephew, Keone Higa. And we're here today for an instructional LomiLomi video. You may remember our last video where I showed you how to do the head, neck, shoulder, arms LomiLomi. And this was done without lotion and the back of their head. So now today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing the instructional LomiLomi video with lotion. So take a moment, run over to your kitchen or to your bedroom, pick up some lotion or a little bit of olive oil. That will work too, actually very well. And bring it over here, sit someone down in the chair in front of you, and you're about to see a change in them. They will be so relaxed. Okay, so run over and get those things and set them down in the chair, and we're going to begin. The very first stroke that we're going to do is like the ocean waves. We're going to be coming up, going down harder, and this is going to be on their shoulder. So put a little lotion on your fingers, and you're going to come up like the waves of the ocean, come down harder. Up, keep your fingers flat. It's going to be like this. Think of the waves coming up and going down, stretching out all the muscles in their neck that are so tight. I can already feel some of that release of tension. Now don't forget the front of their neck. The front of their neck also has tension, but do this very gently. Come up and go down. Come up and go down, and up and down. Okay, very good. We're going to do the entire right hand side first before we go on to the left side. All right, now Keone, would you turn your head to the left, please? See, when he turns his head to the left, you can see all the tightness in his neck right here. I'm going to put my fingers there and stretch it out. Go down. Stretch it all out. You'll notice that it's getting looser as you do this. Okay. All right, thank you. You can turn your head straight ahead. The next thing we're going to do is called the Heliconia, and the Heliconia grows like this. So you're going to put both thumbs like this on their neck, and you're going to go slightly behind their shoulder, and you're going to stretch it, pull it out, push it, go all the way back up to their neck. Make sure your neck, you don't choke them when you bring their hand up here. Pull it down and stretch it back up again. This is a heliconia. You can feel all the little lumps and bumps as they're starting to relax. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is with your hand on their shoulder, their right shoulder, you're going to go around in a circle, and then you're going to glide down, around and glide down. Okay, so I'm going to go around in a circle and glide down, around and glide down. This will really help release a lot of tension that's there. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is called the Queen's Wave. And how do queens wave? I think they wave like this. So this is the Queen's Wave. Make sure you put some lotion on your hand, your forearm also, and on their shoulder. Put the excess on their shoulders. Okay, let's do our Queen's Wave. This is going to be between their scapula, where there's a curve in the back here, and their spine. Okay, here's your hand. We're going to go do our Queen's Wave. Come back up. Make sure you don't run over their scapula or their spine. You're going to go between their scapula and their spine. Glide back up. How does that feel?
Very good.
Good. Okay, now you should have more lotion on your forearm, and what we're going to do next is called the puhi. The puhi is the eel, and the eel glides forward. Make sure the puhi's head is on the top as you glide forward over their shoulder. Bend your elbow. Glide. Glide. Now make sure your puhi doesn't dive down and run over their clavicle here, because that will hurt. Let the puhi go straight out to sea. Okay. All right, the next thing we're going to do is put your left hand on their chest, and using the palm of your hand, you're going to push towards their shoulder. And underneath, right below their scapula, push toward their shoulder. Well, it looks like half of his body is released, the tension, and relaxed. Okay. Now, let's do the left side. So if I may, I'm going to have you turn just a little bit here. Okay, thank you. I'm going to come up and glide down. Up and glide down again. Maybe I should have you stay straight. I'm sorry. Here, there you go. Come up, glide down. Up, glide down. Okay. Now we're going to have him turn his head in the opposite direction. So please turn your head to the right. So as he turns his head, I'm again stretching out all the tight muscles. Okay, let's do a little heliconia here. I'm going to have you turn this way again. Keep your thumbs flat. From the top here, you're going to pull slightly behind their shoulder and then push right back up. Pull down. Do you hear all those clicks like a little railroad track? Smoothing it all out. Okay, now what we're going to do is to go around in a circle, and I'm going to turn you this way, I think, which would be good. We're going to go around in a circle, around. Look at all those muscles relaxing. And then face your thumb downward and glide right down. If you need a little more lotion, please go ahead and get some. Go around in a circle, glide down. Round, glide down. Okay, excellent. Now, the next thing we're going to do is a Queen's Wave. Remember that one? It's like a little karate chop here. And it's going to go right between the scapula and the spine. Now this may be a little bit awkward for you if you are right-handed because you're doing this with your left hand. But nevertheless, it'll get all those tight muscles. Hear all those little cracks in there, Keone? Okay. Okay, I'm going to turn you forward. Now put some lotion on your forearm and on his left shoulder. I'm going to do our puhi. Remember, don't let your puhi glide down and run over their clavicle. Let it go straight out to sea. And breathe your ha as you're doing this. Remember, the ha holds the energy and the mana. As you breathe in and you breathe out, all of this goes through their entire body. Okay, and then if you support their chest, we're going to go right across. Remember how we pushed? We're pushing toward their shoulder like that. And under and over. Okay, now we just have one more thing to do, and that is for their heart and for their lungs. So put some lotion on your hands, and right below their clavicle here, lay your hand flat, and you're going to pull upward toward their shoulder. This is for their heart and the circulation of their heart. This is very good for calming someone. And you look pretty calm, Keone. Okay. Now we're going to do the other side. So with your right hand, this is for their lungs. Keep your hand flat. Pull upward toward their shoulder. Breathe your ha as you do this. Okay, so how is your person on the chair doing? Do you think they need a seat belt? Are they sliding onto the floor by now? Please practice this at home, and the more you practice, the better you will get, and the more your family will love and appreciate the gifts that you have to share. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's been our pleasure to be here, and thank you, Keone, for being a part of our learning tonight.
Thank you, Auntie.
Aloha.
Aloha.
Aloha, everyone. Welcome to our program tonight. I am Kumu Karen, Lealoha Ka'anehe Carol, and I'm very happy to be with you. Laying here on the table is the beautiful Heidi Ke'ala Napua Tam, who will be on the table as I do the LomiLomi for her. This is an instructional LomiLomi video, and one of the very important things that I'd like to share with you is breathing of the ha. The ha is the breath, and this isn't any ordinary breath. This is a sacred breath. The energy comes down to us from Keakua, and as we breathe in, it is magnified by our love, and it comes out through our hands to the person that we are working on. And so I would like for you to practice this breath. I'd like for you to breathe in through your nose, breathe out through your mouth, let the energy flow through your hands. Do that one more time. Breathe in and breathe out. And this is a very gentle breathing. You don't have to do any Darth Vader kind of breathing. Very gentle, and the energy will flow the way it should. LomiLomi is not only a physical science, it is a spiritual art. And so before we begin, we always say a pule, a prayer, asking for the assistance of our guardian angels, ancestors, and aumakua, and for the person who is here on the table, the assistance of their ohana also. So I would like to start with that pule. E keakua I hana kalani a me kahonua. Mahalo keakua na aumakua mauloa. E olu olu oi, e ho'opo maikai ko kako ohana. We lift our prayers and our mana to you, Keakua. Mahalo Keakua, na aumakua mauloa, a mama ua noa, amene. Okay, so tonight I would like to get you warmed up. You can, if you don't have a massage table, you can, if you have a counter at home that's safe, if you have a dining room table that's not made out of glass, put down a comforter on it, put on a sheet, and you're good to go. Okay, even a picnic table, that works really well. Okay, so one of the things I'm going to show you first of all is the first motion we're going to be doing, and that is we're going to be going down with our hands. 1, 2, 3. I call this the hearts, because when we do hearts, it's a smaller heart, a medium, and a bigger. And it's like doing the breaststroke. Okay, we breathe in, breathe out, and we move the energy. Okay, the next one we're going to be learning is coming up, around, and down. All the time we do this move, we will be breathing our ha. This is on the right shoulder, and then the left, counterclockwise. Okay, and then we're going to do something that's up and around, and then we call this one wax on, wax off. I like that one. It kind of goes with the flow. When you do LomiLomi, you have to relax, you have to smile, and you have to just center your thoughts on the person that you are working on. Don't be thinking about what you're going to cook for dinner or where you need to go after this. Your thoughts need to be centered on that person. Okay, another move that I'd like to show you is this one, and this is called the ebb and flow. Think of the ocean as it comes in and it goes out. And we breathe in and we breathe out. Another one is called Sandy's and Makaha. We know these are surfing places, and so what you're going to be doing is putting your forearms in a circle, an outward circle, Sandy's, and then Makaha. This simply means over here, then over here. We could have called it, Walmart and Macy's, but instead we call it Sandy's and Makaha. Okay, and the last one I'd like to show you is called the puhi. The puhi is an eel. the eel glides across the ocean. So with your forearm, you're going to glide across, bend your elbow, glide. Okay, are you ready? We're going to put this all together now. And although we don't have any music, we'll think about some wonderful music in our mind. Okay, so Heidi is laying here. I'm going to undo the back of her pareo. Tuck it in here. Okay, beautiful. Put some lotion on your forearms and on your hands. We're going to start right away with the hearts. 1, 2, 3, and then down her shoulders. Again, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Okay, the next thing we're going to be doing, remember I said up and around and down on her shoulder here. We're going to go around in a circle, stay right on her scapula right here. So it's up, around, down. Come up at an angle so you can use your entire forearm. Up, around, down. Now we are going clockwise, the right side. Left side is counterclockwise. Up, around, and down. Up, around, and down. You need to breathe your ha. Okay, now if you need a little bit more lotion, get a little bit more lotion, put it on your arms and your forearms. Okay, now we're going to take chances here. Up and around, up and around. Breathe your ha as you do this. Use your forearm because this way you cover a larger area. And now wax on, wax off. Wax on, wax off. We're going to do our sandies and come over across and Makaha. Sandies and Makaha. We'll put a little bit of windshield wipers in here so we can get the upper part of her back. Your fingers are just propelling your arms back and forth. Okay. All right, now come and stand on the side of the person that you are working on. Put a little bit more lotion on. We're going to be coming up, down, and around. Down, up, down, and around. It's like a little splash of water. Down and around. Okay, are you ready for the ebb and flow? Remember this one? Okay. Glide, glide, glide. Think of the water coming in and then going out. Some people who can't imagine water going in and out, I tell them to think of themselves as walking the dog. So the little dog is following you and you go back and forth. Okay, let's put in some sandies and Makaha. Some sandies and Makaha. Make sure you use your forearm so that you cover more area. And now is our puhi. Glide down where their waist is, come across. Kind of cut corners right over their hip. Make sure your puhi is pointed straight out. We don't need any puhi that are dead on arrival here. We want them to be guided forward. Okay. All right. Now, I'm only going to be doing one side so that I can face the camera here and show you. So now I'm going to cover her up. I'm going to fold this over. Okay. Now I'm going to be working. We need to flatten out all the little bumps there where the pareo bunches up. Okay, Now we're going to be doing the lower half of her body from her hip. So I'm going to be putting my hand right in her hip here, standing back a little so I have a little leverage. I'm going to take a breath and stretch. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, now by her glutes, lean, lean, and pull down like a little coconut tree. The little wiggle of my fingers is releasing the energy. Okay, now I'm going to move over and expose her foot and her leg. Put my forearm right up against the lower part of her glutes, and my left hand will be right on her Achilles, not pushing down, but just anchoring. Take a breath, breathe in, breathe out, and stretch. Breathe in, breathe out, and stretch. We'll make her a little bit taller here, I think. Okay, now I'm going to put my left hand right behind her knee. If you need to know where their knee is, take a look. This is to protect their knee so that you're not pressing immediately on it. Turn your right hand over, press straight down, and exhale. Right along there, the back of her leg, until you reach your other hand. Okay, now I'm going to bend her leg. One of our students recently has named us the squish, and that is because we're squishing our arms, but the energy is actually going up toward her hip. Okay, now I'm going to put some lotion on the very back of her leg. And we're going to start in the middle with a puhi gliding across the back of her knee. Breathe your ha and let the puhi glide right across. Okay, now our puhi's going up toward the mountains, gliding down on the tea leaf. Up, good stretch, glide down, up and down. Up Mauka and down. Okay, now our puhi is going to go down toward the ocean. And as our kupuna taught us, we always face the ocean. Don't turn your back to the ocean. So I'm going to support the inside of her leg and like a little palm tree, glide down. Then I'm supporting the outside, putting my elbow in and gliding down. It's sort of like a little dance, and this is the dance of the puhi who went to the mountain and the ocean. Then, put a little more lotion if you need it, the ebb and flow. Put in a little sandies and Makaha. Get her Achilles, and then the bottom of her foot. All right. Now we don't want to forget that we need to do the little roll of the musubi, shake it all out of her leg, and send it to the light. Well, thank you so much for joining us. It has been fun having you here, and we'll see you again. Aloha. Huli means turn, and this is a turned stomach. It happens frequently to many, many people. The stomach, which this area that we're speaking of, is a carburetor of the body. When the carburetor is not working properly, it throws everything else off in the body. So the person may experience not only lower back pain, digestive upset, shortness of breath, and in women, when their opu is turned, it will tilt their uterus. It displaces their uterus. So they have symptoms such as menstrual cramps and pain, or even infertility.
So this is something that will help a wide variety of problems. Okay, now Opuhuli is a Hawaiian spiritual art. And with Opuhuli, it has to be done correctly. And you have to stand in the proper place, and you have to do the proper alignment of the stomach. Because of the descending colon, the transverse colon, the way everything is set up, it has to be done in this order. First thing you do, when the person's on the table, you're going to align their head and their feet in a straight line, and you're going to press against their feet. What you're checking for to see is if both legs are of equal length. Most times they're not, but if one is shorter than the other, the one that's shorter is the one that's pulled up on the stomach. Rather than pushing back on her toes like this, put your thumb behind and look at her feet. Can you see that this foot is so much shorter than this one? If you look down at their heels, you can tell also. Yeah, you can see. If in doubt, what you can do is put a piece of paper underneath their foot, and then with a pen go around it, and you'll see it. So her stomach is pulled up on the right-hand side. Okay. Next thing you do, stand on the right-hand side of them. I'm going to have you hold this, please. And then using your left hand, you're going to put lotion on their stomach. You're going to press with your hand standing up like this. You're going to press down all the way to their pico, their belly button. How many times do you do it?
As many times as you need.
As many times as is needed. So if you can do this in 3 times, fine. If it takes 8, that's what it is. Opuhuli is not done at 95 miles an hour because we run over their opu and you'll feel their stomach go right under your hand. Okay, slowly. Maybe 45 miles an hour is okay. Now what side should we stand on? On her right. Okay, so what I usually do too is a lot of people are not used to you working on their stomach. So when you open up where their stomach is, they're very protective, you know, they're like, what are you doing? So I always, when I check their feet, I'll say, your right leg is shorter than your left. This means that you have opuhuli. Your stomach is turned, you may have fallen or tripped or carried something heavy. I'm going to put some lotion on your stomach to put it back into alignment. Thank you. So then I'm going to get her stomach here, and then I'm going to tuck it into her shorts like this. Okay. You have a nice stomach. Okay. Okay, I'm going to put some lotion on your stomach. Okay, my left hand standing straight up. See where her ribs are? This is the top. And then we usually have, I put a saran wrap on here to show you, but I won't this time. Here's the top of the xiphoid process, the bottom goes below both ribs and right across where her pico is. So here is a triangle that we spoke of. Right here. Okay. So, which hand do you think I should use? Left hand, standing straight up, using the edge here. Take a breath. Exhale, push down. Can you feel how slowly the energy moves? Below the xiphoid process, go below their ribs and then across. Down and then across. And then I'm going to come on the other side. I'm sorry, thank you. Then I'm going to come on the other side, do the same thing. My hand is flat this time. Flat here and standing up, coming across. Same stroke. Okay, the next one I'm using my right hand and I'm going from the top of the triangle down below her ribs all the way to the side. Then I'm pulling up, turning my hand, and pushing right across. It's unfolding. Can you feel that? It's unfolding as I bring it across. And I have a firm pressure. Not hard, but firm. Okay? That's it. Seems very easy. Sometimes Opu has been out of place so long that it's like used to being there. So you need to kind of guide it back into place. With babies, you do it 3 days in a row. So what I do is, I set their little Opu back in place, and I show the mother how to do this. Because she will be there with the baby, she can do it every day.